To A Levels Academy Islamabad. In this video, we are going to understand how to write a special power of attorney deed in English. So this whole video is gonna be in English. So yeah, now I'm gonna start the topic. So basically, the first line you're seeing here is the paper that came in 2020-21 based on the special power of attorney. So the question is, draft the special power of attorney for court cases. So I'm going to start the answer. So the answer is going to be start with, you have to write the answer here and the question number. Then you have to use a bold marker. After using a bold marker, then you have to use a very thin or even pen in a blue color for writing all this. But for the bold ones, you have to use blue marker. So I'm going to start this now. So in the starting, you have to write executed on. Executed means something that is going to be started, right? That means executed on. So you have to write any kind of a date that you like. You can write a past date or a future date. It depends on you. And after writing the date, you have to write the name of the place. After writing the name of the place, then that's it, okay? So the first line is the date, name of the place, and that's it. Now the second line should be on by. By is that person who is making the power of attorney, right? This person over here is the person who is making the power of attorney and wants some other person to be the power of attorney, okay? So the person here is named as Maqsood Anwar, the son of Abdul Khalid. His caste is Jat. His residence is in Bahria town, phase 7, Lahore. So basically, how you have to write a deed is that first of all, you have to write by with a bold marker. Then you have to write any person's name of your choice, and then you have to write son of. If you're writing about a female, if you have written any female's name over here, then you have to write here daughter of, D-O. Okay, so here this is a man, so that's why I have written son of. And write any name of your choice. Then after doing that, then you have to write their caste. So you can write any kind of a caste that you know. After doing that, then you have to write their residency. So the residency should be on R-O. R means residence, O means of. The residence of is written in short form like this. So then you have to write it like that. And after doing that, you have to write any kind of a residence of Lahore. If you're a person who's living in Peshawar and you know the residencies of Peshawar, you can write any residency of Peshawar here, okay? After doing that, after writing the residency, you have to put a bracket and then write this whole paragraph here, and after call the first part, and then you have to close the paragraph. So basically, this whole person over here is the first part, okay? So the person who are here is the first part, and we are not going to call him by his name in the deed. Instead, we're going to call him as first part in the ongoing deed written below, okay? So I'm going to start the deed now. In favor of, okay, so what's the difference between by and in favor? By means is the person who wants that the other person should manage his property or any kind of affairs, right? So this person is making this power of attorney for this person, for another person, because this another person is going to manage his property or any kind of a business he wants to. So in this way, this person is going to give him the power of attorney in order to manage his businesses or any kind of a property he can't manage. So the other person's name is Talha Shahid. You can write any name of your choice, and then you have to write son of Shahid Anwar, caste Jat, residence of Bahria town, phase 8, Lahore. Obviously the same thing are going to be repeated here. The same thing that you have written here gonna be repeated in this line as well. After doing that, you have to call him hereinafter called as the second part. So the second person here is going to be called as the second part in the ongoing deed. So the second person is basically the person who is given the power of attorney. Now we got the next heading is on regarding. Regarding means in the court of Senior Civil Judge Lahore in register Maqsood Anwar versus Mahmood Anwar. Case, write any case and the year and just write suit for declaration. So basically what is written over here, I'm going to explain it in an easy word. So basically this whole case you're seeing here is, went to this court. Okay, that's the reason we have added the name of the court here, and we also had mentioned the name of the clients over here. These are the same names mentioned here. Okay, we got Manzoor Anwar and Tadwal Shahid, and these both names are mentioned here. Okay, and you can write any kind of a number of your choice. You can write like 113 or 104/202, or you can do 405/2023. Okay, you can do any kind of a number, put any kind of number of your choice. Okay, after doing this, then you have to write this suit for declaration in brackets. Now I'm going to move on to the next heading. It's like bounded as. So basically this whole deed is bounded with a copy of above mentioned case attached as annexure. So basically the whole copy of this entire case is also attached to this deed. This is the thing you have to mention in writing, that copy of above mentioned case is attached to the deed. Basically the case that is mentioned over here, right over here, is written in another document, right? So that another document of this case is also attached with this deed. Okay, that's the thing that's been written here. So I'm going to read the other lines now. Now we have to start the deed with the heading named as witnesses as follows. So the first point you have to add is that the first part of said deed is plaintiff. So basically the first part, as I've said earlier, let me just show you. This person over here who had made this deed, he is known as the first part. Okay, and the person who's making the deed is first part, and also you can call him as plaintiff. Okay, so that's the thing written below, that the first part is set as who set the deed is the plaintiff in the suit number this. Basically it's the same suit number that we have mentioned, so you have to mention the same suit here as well. Pending in the court of Senior Civil Judge Lahore to hereby appoint Megan constitute second part of the deed. Basically you have to include all this thing in here. Okay, so after writing all that, you have to add that this person, basically I'm going to explain each line to you. First part, the person who is making the deed, is known as the plaintiff, and he had filed a case in this is the case number or suit number, and this case is pending in the court. You have to write the name of the court. And this person, the first person over here, wanted to say that he is appointing someone, that someone is who, the second part of the deed, as a special attorney. Basically this person, the second person you're seeing here, is becoming the special attorney. Okay, basically special attorney is a person who gets all the right to control the property. Okay, so basically this person is giving his power of property or businesses to this person, and this person is going to be the special attorney. On my behalf, in my name, to do the following regarding the civil suit mentioned above. So basically this person says here that on my behalf will do everything by using my name, because this person over here might be busy and cannot do work or cannot go to court, so he wants this person to do all his works. That's the reason he made this power of attorney. Then we have the second point. In these all points you're seeing here are basically the rules that first part had made for the special power of attorney. Special power of attorney is a person who is working under the control of the first part. So basically the second part, the person who is known as second part is working under the control of first part, and he will guide him that the things he is going to do will be the thing that he wanted to do. Okay, so these are the rules that are going to be written here, that what the special power of attorney should have to do. So the first line here is to engage or appoint any advocate, attorney, barrister, vakil, pleader, etc. to conduct the said case. So basically the first line said that the second part, who is the second part here? Obviously the special power of attorney. Special power of attorney is a person who is known as the second part, or you can say the second person who got the power of special power of attorney. So basically the first part wanted the second part to appoint an advocate or an attorney, or maybe a barrister or a vakil or a pleader for his cases in order to go to court and do all the stuff, right? The second thing he wants is to sign, verify and file the plaint of the above mentioned suit. So basically the first part wants the second part, who is the special power of attorney, to hire any of these, and after doing that he should bring the case to the court or any kind of a court he wants to file any application necessary regarding the above mentioned civil suit. And this first power of attorney also allows the second person or the second part to file any kind of application if he thinks fit related to the suit or case, to give statement on my behalf. So basically the first part cannot go to court and cannot visit court daily. Maybe he's busy, maybe he's aged and can't go to court due to his old age. So at that point, instead of his place, he is putting the second part in his place to go to court and do anything he wants. And those anythings are hire a vakil or barrister to sign any kind of a document related to the suit, or can file an application related to the suit or case, or can give a settlement or a statement related to this suit on my behalf. Okay, he can also do to produce or summon or represent documentary evidence. So basically the first part is also allowing the second part to give any kind of documentary evidence in his place, or call any person as an evidence. So we got second point here is to compromise on my behalf if circumstances of the case allow to do so. So basically the first part is also telling the second part that if I can't go to court, you are going to go to court and do all the actions on my side. Okay, so basically all this thing you're reading here are the things that first part wanted to do but he cannot do because of a lot of reasons. Maybe he is abroad, maybe he is old aged and can't go to court daily. That's the reason he is appointing this person to manage all his legal affairs. This is the reason he got the special power of attorney to manage the suit or manage this case. So this is all written here. So I'm going to move on to the next point. He can also deposit or withdraw any money for the purpose of any proceedings, to obtain certified copy of the documents or paperwork, like all these things you're seeing here. He can do all of this thing. Okay, to obtain the certified copy of final order, like the final order who the judges give, he can also collect it. Okay, and to file an application for execution of an order, of if he thinks fit that the order is not valid, he can also file an application against that order. He can also do that too. And the last point you can see, and I hereby agree and declare that all acts, deed and things done by my side attorney shall be constructed as acts, deed and things done by me. So basically in this last line here, the first part, the first person who is giving the second person all his rights and powers to do anything in the case. So basically this person in this line over here is saying that whatever this person does will be the things related to my acts. Basically, the things he will do, the things the second person will do, will be considered that he is doing, like the first one is doing. This is the thing written here. Then in the last point, you will see, in the presence of a witness, you have to write this in a bow marker, and you have to say the parties have signed this deed and affirmed their thumb's impression on the date mentioned above. So basically, in the last line, you have to mention that the parties, who are the parties, the first part and the second part. So both of these parties were present, including their witnesses as well. So their witnesses, both parties' witnesses were also present, and they both have signed the deed. They both have given the thumb impression. Thumb impression means putting their thumbprint on the deed agreement, and they have also signed it. So these parties, including their witness, have signed it, have signed this deed, also have given the thumb impression. Okay, and these are the witnesses that are mentioned below. No, these aren't the witnesses. Sorry, I got confused. Witnesses are down here. So these are the parties. The first part is the person who is giving this person the power to manage his affairs. So the second person is going to be the second part. You can also call him as the special power of attorney. Okay, and the first person is going to be called as the first part. Okay, so now in the second line, after writing their names, you have to add the witnesses. So the witness heading should be in dark marker or bold marker, and you have to write any kind of a random name of your choice. So in the first line, you have to write the name of a person. In the second line, you have to write the name of their father. Okay, and the third line, you have to write the residency. And the last line, you have to write their CNIC or their ID card number. So you have to do the same in the second witness as well. So this is how you have to write a deed.